Alright, we're going to try this again. So, this is a remake of the video I made yesterday where I uploaded and talked about my final review of this guitar. And, to be honest, I guess I didn't give it a fair shake. I did actually spend about an hour leveling the frets, finding the high frets. And then after that, I went over it with like some steel wool, some almond oil, and a bunch of other stuff. And to tell you the truth, it actually made a pretty big difference in the neck. One thing that I did have a problem with in this guitar was that it does have high frets. I don't think it was ever leveled or even crowned for that matter. I mean, the guitars coming out of China, there's a problem with the frets in the neck. They really kind of slack off in that department. The frets were like super scratchy, buzzing all over the place. I actually called my local luthier. I talked with him for a while, and he said, yeah, sometimes brand new frets from China are pretty scratchy. I've bought brand new Ibanez and don't have that problem, and that's basically because Ibanez takes a little more time appreciating their guitars instead of just trying to churn them out of some factory in China. So to be perfectly honest with you, yesterday this guitar to me was kind of like like a 4 out of 10. But after I really put some work into the neck, did everything that was supposed to be done in the first place, it's pretty good now. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite guitar out of all of them that I own, but I mean, it's something that I wouldn't dismiss as being unplayable now. I still think it's a decent guitar for the money. The neck I still like. I like it even more now that I've gone ahead and dressed the frets and leveled it out. I'll make another video today on exactly how I did that. It's a very simple process. You only need a few things. And actually talking to my luthier, if I was to take it to him and have him level it and all that, I'd probably charge me like $200 to $250, which I didn't want to put back into this guitar. Definitely have already spent, my limit on this guitar when it comes to, what you're getting as opposed to what you're paying. I don't expect these guitars to be perfect. I've already reiterated that in 2 of my videos, actually 3 now that I'm making this one. I understand that these guitars are just going to be, what they are for the price. It's not a brand new Strandberg or anything like that, which, I wish it was, but I'm not going to spend $3,000 on a guitar. So to go ahead and remake the video and to tell you my final review, I still think that this guitar for the price is not bad. I'm not saying to run out and spend your hard-earned money on this guitar expecting it to be great, but if, like I said before, if this is your first guitar, you're just getting into guitar, you don't have a lot of money, I mean, it costs a lot to get into guitar with the amps and the guitar, all the associated crap that comes with playing guitar. It can add up pretty quick. So if you're on a budget, or if you want to have a project guitar, like I said, if you want to have a guitar that you can work on, this one here, I didn't care if I screwed the frets up or not. To me it doesn't matter because it's kind of a throwaway guitar. It's not like if I tried to level the frets on one of my custom guitars, I'm not going to do that because I'm not a luthier and I don't ever pretend to be one. But in the end, if you want to just learn how to tweak a guitar, maybe take it apart, level frets, hook up pickups, mess with the pots and all that crap, these are actually great guitars to learn on because you're not going to, even if you screw it up, it's a small investment. So in my opinion, again, if you want to buy these guitars and play around with them, buyer beware. This is what you're going to get for anywhere from $300 to $400, maybe even $450, depending on what company you go with. But in the end, you're going to have to put some work into these things. They don't come, out of the box perfect and ready to go. I've done a lot with this thing. I messed with the truss rod, I raised the action, I dressed the frets, I sanded the frets. I did all kinds of things, trying to get this thing to be up and playable. But I still think that once they get up and playable, it is a pretty solid instrument, if you're just starting out. But in the end, for me, I'm used to custom guitars, my custom ESPs, and I have custom Ibanez, so my expectations are usually a little bit higher. So to me, it was like I couldn't understand why a guitar could arrive without proper fretting and fret dressing and all that, but you know, it's from China and that's what you get. So in the end, guys, if you want to go buy it, go for it, play around with it. You're really not going to be out much money if you don't like it, and that's my final review. I did get this one off eBay. There's other similar ones off AliExpress. This is an NK. Other ones out there that are good. There's one called Musu or something like that. Crate is good. There's one called Starshine. I'm not real sure on Starshine. But there are a number of models out there that are similar to NK. So just take your time, look over them, and have fun. See ya.